Welcome back. You're watching Business AM. Now, 20 years ago, Nelson Mandela walked out of jail to become South Africa's first democratically elected president. 4 years later, that was. And his release changed how South African businesses saw the world. My colleague Chris Bishop prepared this report.
The inner sanctum of the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. People selling derivatives worldwide at the touch of a button. It's a world away from the manual selling ridden with restrictions of 20 years ago. A good day's trade then was 200 million rand. Now these floors do that much trade in the first 10 minutes. A good day now is more than 11 billion rand.
We were mediocrity personified 20 years ago as an exchange. And that's unacceptable because we could have been better. Exchanges had started to improve their level of service 30 years ago.
Russell Loubser, the head of the JSE, has spent his life in finance and has worked here for nearly 14 years.
Foreign participation was tiny. So the contribution of the exchange as such to the economy was small.
These were the milestones in the post-apartheid shake-up. November the 8th, 1996, deregulation. On June the 10th, 1996, the trading floor became fully electronic. On the 1st of July 2005, the JSE became a company in its own right. And on June the 6th, 2006, the free market makeover was complete when the JSE listed. It was all down to this moment when everything changed, February the 11th, 1990.
There was an explosion of joy, of singing and dancing, buses hooting, taxis hooting, people on top of buses and cars, people hanging outside taxi windows.
The release ushered in the lifting of sanctions. This left South African companies free to trade and invest overseas. When Mandela was released, South African breweries had a home market and a couple of brands. It now has 200 brands in 70 countries. But some analysts say the post-apartheid economy is not all roses.
I think we've slipped a lot. I think we've let it go. There's a lot of work to do to, it's still a good economy and it's still probably the biggest economy in in Africa. But I think it's something we could have worked on. That itself is a whole other discussion. But I don't think we took full advantage of the inflows or the attention that we gained from Mandela's release and Mandela as an icon.
Through it all, at least, the emerging market of South Africa has gained a top-notch exchange.
So from mediocrity personified to a dynamic exchange in just 20 years. For the South African economy as well as the JSE, democracy means a freer, more interesting, albeit from time to time uncertain future. Chris Bishop for CNBC Africa, Johannesburg.